Welcome back, everybody, and welcome, Miss Meg Poore. How are you?
I am wonderful. Thank you, Jocelyn. Nice to meet you.
It's very nice to meet you. We've been chatting for a while, and I was able to visit your lovely facility in Amherst, and I understand you also have one in Maine. But before we go there, I'm not sure, Chris, were you able to download that video I sent to you from Meg?
I wasn't aware of it. I will do it now. I'll let you know when it's up.
Okay, we'll talk about it, and then just give me a heads up and we'll play it on the break. So Meg, talk to us about EES, Energy Enhancement System. So for those of us that have no clue as to what it is, give us a basic how to welcome, this is what I want to do for you.
Well, it's great to be here, and I loved your first part of the show, right there with you. And the Energy Enhancement System was created by a woman named Dr. Sandra Rose Michael. She is a Mensa scholar. She's just brilliant. She was a chiropractor and created this system, which, if it's okay, I'll just turn the camera around and pan it so people have a clue what I'm talking about.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I think it's great for people to know exactly what we're seeing.
Oh, wait a minute. How come that didn't work?
Whoops.
Let's see. Oh, I know why, because I did it the wrong way. Yeah, I don't know how to turn it around, so I'm just going to go this way.
Okay.
So these screens are all, there we go. Okay, now I'm going back. You come into this room, and what we have created here because Dr. Sandra has created this, is a system that brings the body back to homeostasis, so back to a level playing field, so that the body can heal itself. Because what we know is that God gave us a body that can heal itself. And over time, with all of the pollution, the things we don't eat necessarily correctly. Oh, all right, that's not the right word.
We know where you're going. We try to eat the best that we can, considering what's out there for us.
That's right. But we live in, as Dr. Sandra would say, a toxic soup. And so what we need to do is get rid of the toxins. So what this system does, and what the little video when it's up will tell you about, is you come in here, you sit in a relaxing recliner for 2 hours, close your eyes. I always start folks with an intention. When you come in, you want to have an intention, something that's positive, present, and already done. So let's say you have an issue, you have a knee issue, you have a shoulder issue, you have a digestive issue, you're dealing with the big C. Whatever it is, it's there to teach us something. And when you come into this room, the idea is, if you close your eyes and potentially meditate, I'm not much of a meditator, but I can close my eyes and think of this 3-sentence thing that's positive, present, and already done. I'm happy, I'm healthy, I'm healed. Healed, because if we tell our body it's already done, that's what the body hears. That's what the mind hears. It's already done. I'm already healed. So we don't want to say healing and putting it in the future. We want to keep it in the present tense. Positive,
so your intention
present
is positive. It's you
present,
are seeing this
and already done,
achieved and done, and so that's what you want to think. You may even want to just a little chant to yourself, but that belief needs to be there, not asking, not pleading, not, oh, I hope, but
knowing.
Knowing. I love it. Okay.
So folks come in and they do a 2-hour session, and then afterwards, all those toxins that are ready to be released come up while you're in the system. And after you leave the system, within 24 hours, you want to take what's called a detox bath. So this is a process. It's not just a one and done. You come in, you sit for your 2 hours, and you go home, and in the next 24 hours, you take a detox bath, which is 2 cups baking soda, 2 cups sea salt, and a cup of borax. And what that does to us, for us, with us, is it helps us to release those toxins that have come up into our system during our session. Now, of course, hydration is important. Magnesium afterwards, remineralizing your body is important afterwards. So we go through this with folks each time they come. And then, people who come pretty regularly are used to it and they know what to do. But we always make sure of that, because this is a process. Getting well is a process, because as my mother would always say, it didn't take you overnight to get here. It's not going to take you overnight to get to where you want to be.
And I think that we've all been, I talked about earlier indoctrination in the schools, et cetera, et cetera. And so I don't think it's a far reach to say that we've been indoctrinated, that you run to the doctor. And again, I'm not talking about surgery and stuff like that. I'm talking about regular things, that we run to the doctor and we need a pill and we need and we need it fixed, and we need it fixed now. And everybody expects that you take that pill and you're better within hours, if not the next day. And that is not healthy psychologically. It's not true physically. And we've been taught this for so many years, that we don't know any differently. So someone like you in this process comes along, and everybody gets their pants in a twist. And the word, I believe, my brother used it to me, and he said to me, I didn't know you were woo-woo. And I was like, woo-woo? Woo-woo? He goes, I didn't know you were. And I said, am I? He goes, yeah. And I said, well, is that good or bad? He goes, it's really good, because I'm woo-woo too. So, not to make fun of it, but, we need to breathe and have a little lightness to this.
Yes. And that's the first thing we always have folks do, is take a breath. So everybody take a breath. And I always say with the breathing, I do this little Tuesday night Facebook thing, and I have people inhale the white light of the Holy Spirit and exhale out the stress. It's been my statement for a long time. And so you can say whatever you want as you inhale and then you exhale. But remember that as you exhale, you are releasing those toxins that are, it doesn't mean you don't have to work through things. It doesn't mean you don't have to figure out what was the origin of what got you to the place where you are. You do. You have to do the work. So, just like you were saying, don't expect the miracle, although we've had many miracles in here all the time, because people just don't realize, oh, I didn't realize I was that stressed out, but I feel so relaxed now. When they leave after 2 hours, they say, wow, that's a beautiful thing.
It is.
And pain in the knees and pain in the shoulders. Wow, that pain is gone. I didn't know that was possible.
So are you saying, so what I'm hearing, and I hear this all over, but I'm hearing from you that, stress. And we are in a world that is mega stress to the billionth degree. I mean, this is the most simplest things that we, never had to worry about before. We have to worry about everything. So am I hearing that stress is a magnifier of what's going on in our body? And so this system helps with the stress. And as you alleviate that, as you breathe through that, as you do the detox baths, as you follow up with the magnesium and the minerals for your body, that combined, this whole process is I kind of think of stress as like this shell on us that holds everything in, and we're making it porous. We're making it open so that it's not cooking us with the
Right.
stress and making things worse.
That's a good way of putting it. Because I always say when our cortisol level is high, when we are in that parasympathetic nervous system, sympathetic nervous system all the time, we need to release and get back into parasympathetic, which is rest and digest.
Mhm.
Because remember, if we are not in the parasympathetic nervous system, which is rest and digest, if we're always in fight or flight, our body can't heal.
Right.
We have to get that cortisol level down. So this is one of the ways that you can help reduce that cortisol level: breathing, meditating, getting outside and grounding. There's so many different ways, but this is one beautiful way to help you
All
get
right.
to that place.
So at that point, Chris said that the video's ready. So let's take a quick break, come back with the video, then let's talk some more.
Okay, beautiful.
Cool. Thanks, Chris.
Optimal health does not start outside of the body. It starts within, more specifically within the cells of your body. If your cells are not properly charged, you will experience disease as opposed to health. The cells in your body hold an electrical charge, otherwise known as millivolts. A healthy cell holds an electrical charge between 70 to 90 millivolts. In other words, sickness can be measured by a weaker charge in your cells, whereas health is measured by a higher electrical charge in your cells. Through scalar wave technology and biophotonic light, the EE system gives a boost to the cells in your body, keeping them at their optimal charge of 70 to 90 millivolts. Spending time in this technology is like recharging the battery of your body, giving you more strength, vitality, and energy to thrive. Clinical trials have shown that the EE system technology assists in cell regeneration, neurotransmitter functions, immune function, and so much more. And this research has been acknowledged by many in both the medical and scientific communities. Thousands around the world are reporting benefits such as mood elevation, lower stress levels, pain relief across the board, increased energy levels, emotional stability, improved immune function, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. This is what the future of technology looks like. And the good news is, it's already here. Hundreds of centers have opened around the world in just the past 12 months alone, and we've only just begun. Are you ready to experience what this technology has to offer you? You can find a location near you at unifiedhealing.com.
Wow, I like that very much. So I have a couple of questions for you. So we see that in the four corners, because I've been to one of your centers, in the four corners of the rooms, you have these 3 computer screens, which is behind you, and they do all these kind of wavy computer futuristic lines. Some people like it, some people don't, because it just kind of escalates the panic in them. So you can close your eyes, it's not a problem. What is the actual function of those screens? And so I'm assuming they've got sound, it's got the visual, it's also got some kind of a vibration, and it's coming at you from 4 corners. So you're surrounded, a 360. But how does that get into your body? How does it talk to the cells? Can you explain that to us?
I can explain it a little bit. What it creates, there's no sound part to it. It's just light. It creates a biophotonic field. I know that's a big word.
Biophotonic.
There's a scalar field, and then there's the biophotonic field. So the scalar field that this creates goes out 2.5 miles in every direction from this center. So the dream of dreams, to have this energy everywhere, there would be one of these centers every 5 miles. And when you're in the room, the biophotonic field, which is where the scalar is fabulous, but the biophotonic field is on steroids. What happens is these screens, I know you can't really see, but I'm attempting to do this. They are within 1/100th of an inch, they are calibrated. So the direction they're facing, the two opposite sets of screens, and then the two opposite. They are creating this field, this fountain of biophotonic, of light. And in these screens, there is, have you ever heard of the Fibonacci sequence?
Yes.
All right. So these, they're all going kind of fast now, but
Yep. They go different speeds.
they do. Yeah. So I'm just going to take you over here because.
Okay.
So in this one, you can see that there's some are going slower, some are going faster.
Okay.
And what's behind these that are slower, you can't really read it, but if you stopped the screen, there would be all these positive, beautiful, motivational type phrases.
Okay.
You know, the I am phrases that we all want to be saying to ourselves all the time. So anyway, then the charge that is in here, you heard Jason in the video talk about the 70 to 90 millivolt charge in our cells.
Correct.
When our cells get down to a lower charge, 20, 30, 40, that is when illness comes into our body.
Okay.
But when you sit in this room, your body says, oh, I like this. This is that 70 to 90 millivolt energy that's all around us. And the body says, oh, okay. And it eventually comes together.
So it comes up, so comes down, comes up, and it meets.
So the biophotonic field is this, but what I'm saying about the 70 to 90 millivolts is that your body says, oh, I like that. I can come to that now.
Okay.
If the body is ill, and it raises the voltage in our cells.
So kind of like an alkalinity that you want to be
Yes.
pH. So this is the equivalent as far as millivolts for the cells.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Wow. So what is Fibonacci for people that don't know what that is?
So if you add the two previous numbers, so 1 plus 2 is 3, 3 plus 2 is 5, 5 plus 3 is 8. So what I was saying about these screens, now this one is going slower, the bottom one is going slower, and it just switched.
Yep.
So that's what happens. It goes for 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 5 seconds, 8 seconds, up and down and up and down. And then it goes until it reroutes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. So what is the deal with the colors in the screen?
Oh, so that is color therapy.
Okay.
So I don't know exactly what all of these colors are, but there's a sort of a code. So when we can change these colors. So I have one in Maine that's more blues and whites, and that is for nerves and brain and nerves. And so colors affect different things in the body.
Oh, okay. So it's sort of like a package deal. You're getting the millivolts, you're getting the Fibonacci sequence, you're getting color therapy, and then you're getting surround healing. It's not surround sound, but you're getting surround healing. All the while you've got recliners. You also have the anti-gravity chairs, which is pretty awesome. And it's quiet. So you come into the room, you pick the kind of chair that you want. Does it matter? Because I've noticed that in the room, so I'm asking all the questions that regular people would ask. So
That's
forgive me.
Good. Not at all.
A lot of people are afraid to ask questions, and I don't care. So you've got chairs that are against the walls that are in between these computer screens in the corners. You have chairs in the center. Is there any difference, or is there a rhyme to reason for that?
As long as you are able to see the screens, you are in the field.
Okay.
Some people say, oh, I want to be in the exact center of the room. I've asked our installer, it doesn't really matter that much.
Okay.
If you're in the center of the room or you're on the side of the room.
It's fair and balanced no matter where you are.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay. So, so the average person, so they would go online and they make an appointment and they show up. So Do you wear shoes? Do you not wear shoes? Comfortable clothes? What's the deal with how you come?
You wear comfortable clothes. We take shoes off at the door just like you would at home. We ask folks to bring their water with them, make sure they're hydrated before they come. So because when our body is hydrated, it works better.
Well, don't when the cells are hydrated,
Cheers.
they vibrate correctly. That just keeps everything in balance because there's electrical and there's mineral and there's all those other things that are in
There you
each
go.
cell. So we need to take care of the cells.
Yeah. And what I always say is, in terms of that, I'm a big Celtic sea salt fan. If you put some salt in before you have your water, that opens up the cells to receive the water. Many people drink water, and it goes right through them.
Correct. You can actually wash out.
Yeah. The good stuff.
The good stuff, and actually get really sick. Working 911 for 12 years, I know that. And
there you go.
Not just keep washing it out.
The other thing that you were asking, bring your favorite blanket if you want to have a blanket, because sometimes when folks are in here, your body can cool off. Mm-hmm. And so everybody, who comes regularly, they bring their blanket.
I like it. You can bring your favorite blankie.
And you can bring slippers if you want to bring slippers. Make yourself at home.
I love it. So you go through this 2 hour. I found 2 hours very, very difficult for me. It was very difficult for my mom. So if you're only physically able to do an hour, is there a downside to that, or do you build yourself up?
Most people build themselves up. And if they really, really can only start with an hour, then they start with an hour.
Okay.
There are also people who are very sensitive to energy. Mm-hmm. And we have these bracelets. I don't know if you saw them. There's bracelets and there's necklaces, and these are what are called hypercharged. Okay. And so if people are sensitive to energy, we sometimes will say, okay, buy a bracelet, take the bracelet with you, wear it at home, and allow this to be your start so that you can build the body up to that energy. Because, there are energy sensitive folks.
Well, there are. There's people, we have empaths. We have people that are empaths. We have people, I'm a Christmas tree. And so I know people with the negativity, they're like, whoop, they hang it right on me. Stilettos the same way. Whoop, we'll just hang our shit on you. And they don't know they're doing it, but they discharge that and you're stuck with it. So I'm like, I have to keep cleaning the Christmas tree over and over. So
this is one way that you can do that, because what this does is it keeps a pickle. It keeps a 5-foot cocoon around you of this energy. So that's what the medallion does. And then the bracelet is not as strong, but it does also help. And what I do with my bracelet, you'll see that on the top of my water bottle, I have a bracelet here. Because what this does is it, now I've lost the word. It's too late. You know how when you do this, anyway.
It'll come.
The surface tension. The surface tension of the water is changed when you put the bracelet around the bottle for just a few minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, it structures the water. That's the word I was looking for, structure.
The water. Okay, that's really interesting. So it does this people talk about the microwaves and the 5G and all that stuff. Does this room and this process help you? I don't know if I want to say resist. I'm not. You say no. That's not what we're talking about. I don't have a problem with that.
So this room is a nullified field. Okay. So if people bring their cell phones in, the EMF, the radiation that's coming off those phones is totally nullified when you're in here.
Okay.
What energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be transmuted. So in terms of that energy, the EMFs, it can be transmuted. But when you say, is it resisting it, if you will, I'm not sure if that's the word you used.
Yep. It's
transmuting it instead. So me wearing this is transmuting the energy from this cell phone.
So
does this make sense?
So understanding transmuting, so making it so it's not injurious. Okay, so like you said, it doesn't eliminate it, it doesn't resist it, but it's there, but within that 5 foot, 2 foot, whatever it is, space around you, it can do no harm.
Yeah.
Okay.
And again, just like a sponge can only take so much water, our bodies can only take so much of that toxic soup we're living in. So we got to get those toxins out.
And so this process, this EES system gets it started, and then 24 hours later, you do the detox bath, and then you remineralize the body and hydrate the body.
Yes. So remineralizing, what we usually suggest is a magnesium oil.
Okay.
So we sell some magnesium oil here. We also sell the bags of salts for your bath.
Okay.
You can also create your own, bring it in here, charge it into the system when you're here if you like, but we also sell it. But magnesium oil is just magnesium flakes plus water. And what that does, magnesium goes in best through the feet, not through the mouth, because you lose a lot of it in the digestion. And so you just spray it on. You get yourself a glass bottle. I always tell people this, always, my massage clients, everyone. You spray that on after your bath, you take a shower, and you really scrub, because anything that's left on you from the detox, you want to scrub it off. And then when you get out of that shower, you're always making sure you're drinking some lemon water or something like that in your bath, because it's as hot as you can take it. And then you spray the body with the magnesium oil afterwards to remineralize.
All right. So last question. So what is there an optimal, realistic, should you do it once a week or once a month?
Depending, as soon as you get to a place where you are, quote, where you want to be. So some people come once a month after they get to that space. Mm-hmm. Some people come every week until they get to that place. But what Dr. Sandra always says is, until you get to that place where you are at homeostasis and you're where you want to be, you come as often as you can. We have packages so to make it more affordable. Right now it's $60 an hour. For the month of April, we're buy one, get 1 hour. If you bring a friend, you each only pay $60 for the 2 hours.
Gotcha.
And then
you want to ask for a website, right?
Is there a website that people can check out the information?
Yes, it is quantumrenewal.com.
Thank you.
Quantumrenewal.com. And if somebody is not in this area in Amherst, Unified Healing, which is UNIFYD healing.com, and there's a locator on there, because these are literally all over the world.
So I guess I'll ask the obvious question. So why do we have these now? Why did this show up now? I mean, are these
Actually, they've been here since 1978-ish, but only in private homes. And Jason Shurka who started Unified Healing, did an interview nearly 2 years ago, next month now. And after that interview, EE System received 70,000 emails in the first weekend, and of people saying, oh my gosh, this is it. And so I was thankfully the first one in New England with the system.
And you have one in Maine, and then you have one in New Hampshire,
yep.
Actually in Amherst.
Yep.
And so he just put up the 2 websites, so anybody can reach out and contact and find out some more about it. I want to thank you so much for coming on. Thank you, Chris. And explain.
Thanks, Chris.
Because there's so much mysterious, and this is good, this is bad, and I just think everybody needs to make their own decision. Everybody needs to listen, and I love that you were able to show us, because it's you don't want it is mysterious, but you don't need it to be that mysterious. You don't going to be walking in and think, you're going to be lasered and there's going to be some kind of weirdo show going on.
No, it's very comfortable. We're a family here.
I love it. So I definitely want to have you back and talk some more about this. So I just want to say thank you so much for coming on and spending the time with us. And
thank you for having me, Jocelyn.
Anytime. We will talk again soon. Thank you, Meg.
All right. Beautiful.
All right.
Thanks.
Blessings to you. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Chris.